Hi everyone, my name is Melissa and welcome to my new booktube channel. Before I get started, apologies for the lackluster background and lack of books and probably very poor lighting, but this was the perfect time for me to film, and I've been meaning to start a booktube channel for a while now, but it takes up a lot of courage for me to film a video, so I felt like doing it, so I figured I better take this opportunity while I feel like doing it. I'm at work right now. I just realized I should probably explain why I'm in a drab background. I'm at work right now. I'm working late and my computer decided it needed to update, so I have literally nothing else to do besides twiddle my thumbs or film a video, so I'm going to film a video. So I am going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag because I am a newbie. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? So, that's harder to explain than I thought it was going to be. So I discovered Booktube relatively recently, the past, I don't know, like 3 months or so, 4 months, and just fell in love with it. And I'm coming out of a bit of a reading hiatus. So for the past few years, I was reading a little bit, but not really a lot. And I've kind of gotten back into it again. I was just in a slump for a while. So now that I'm reading more and watching all these people talk about books, it's really, I feel the desire to share what I think as well. The second question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? Honestly, I have no sweet clue. I think everyone brings a little bit of their own thing, their own reading taste, but also personality-wise as well. I mean, there are some booktubers that are, really popular, but maybe they're not my thing, just because, I don't know, it's like real life. Like, some people you jive with and some people you don't, and hopefully there will be people out there who jive with me or who have the same reading taste or enjoy the way I discuss things or whatever. I guess you can tell me. So question number 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? One of the things I've been loving about it is the discussion, not just the booktuber talking to you, but the discussion in the comments where people start to recommend things, like the recommendations that I get from booktubers, but also from reading the comments below. I'm really interested in that, like more community aspect. And I think me now as a booktuber, it's going to be interesting to see, like, when people get to know my specific reading tastes, are people going to start recommending things to me in the comments that they think, oh, like it's just a different dynamic of sharing and finding out about new books. So I'm really excited for that aspect of it. Number 4 is, why do you love reading? I mean, why does anyone love to do anything? Like, why do gardeners like to garden? Why, like, I don't really know. Sorry, I feel like I'm doing an absolute rubbish job at explaining myself for all of these questions. Anything can happen in a book. Like, there's no boundaries. Like, I don't know how to explain this. But like, I enjoy films, but I mean, there's constraints on films, whether it's technology or like special effects technology, budgets, the ability to sell the audience on acting, in a scene. Like, so much has to go to create this perfect film that looks real to you. But with a book, you're not constrained by budget. You're not constrained, like, anything is possible with a book. Moving on, because I really do not know how to explain myself here. Moving on to question 5. What book or series got you into reading? I've always been a reader, even when we were just reading like picture books. Like, I've always loved books, as even remembering back to before I could read, and my mother or my older brothers reading to me. I've always loved books. The first book that I can remember reading over and over and over again on my own, like the first chapter book, was part of the Little House on the Prairie series. It was specifically on the banks of Plum Creek. And I just read that book over and over and over again. And then shortly after that, my grandmother gifted me Anne of Green Gables, and I ate those books up. Question number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I would be curious to know their methods, or if they have methods for how to talk to a camera. It's very, very awkward. Or at least I find it incredibly awkward. Question number 7 is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? For me, it's going to be carving out the time to film and edit. I have a young child, so I can't just go home and be like, okay, I'm gonna film now. Like, I'm spending time with my child and we're having family time and there's bedtime and all that kind of stuff. That's going to be kind of difficult to carve out time during the day. Like, I'm probably going to have to wait till she's asleep, and that leaves me very little time. Number 8, when did you start reading? If the question means like when did I learn to read, like 5-ish probably. So question number 9 is, where do you read? So really the only spots I ever read are in my bed at night, or like on the couch during the weekend. I might like sit on the couch in our living room and read. And that's pretty much it. And number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? I don't like, I'm not super niche. I think I enjoy many different types of books. I'm not into one specific type of genre over another, because I think there's good books in every genre and there's bad books in every genre. I hesitate to say, like, I love fantasy because I happen to like Tolkien, because there's also fantasy books that are crap. So I think I read fairly broadly. I'm very underread in the classics, and that's something that I'm hoping to remedy this year. I haven't read very many of those. If I had to peg down like some of the types of books that I really loved, I tend to like fantastical or fairy tale like elements in books. I don't know if you could like magical realism, like that kind of stuff. I really like 1930s like noir crime kind of stuff. Like think like Dashiell Hammett. I tend to like novels from like the 20s and 30s in general. So I'm also thinking of oh my god, is it John Steinbeck? So I've only read 3 or 4 of his books, but I have not met a Steinbeck novel that I haven't liked. So that era, like the 30s, but also the 20s as well, like Scott Fitzgerald. Like I tend to like books from that era. I also really enjoy children's books. I'm not ashamed to say it. So middle grade stuff. I mean, some of my favorite books are kids' books, like Peter Pan comes to mind, Coraline. Like, there are really great children's books out there and middle grade books out there. So I find those stories tend to be like very adventurous and exciting. So I like those too. So that's the whole tag. And thanks for sticking with me. Hopefully I wasn't too awkward, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.